Hi, I'm Andrew and welcome back to the best game dev YouTube channel in the world. Well, that is if you don't know any other game dev YouTube channels. Anyways, welcome back to my game dev updates on my boat game. Boat game updates. So last time you saw me, it was all about fishing and how we can add these elements into the game. And this week is all about to make it happen. In my previous devlog, I tried making state machines, and well, I fell into the pits of spaghetti code and spiraled myself into the oblivion. And so I decided to cut it clean and start over, and this time just get back into behavior trees. This took me about half a week with some refactoring. I like using behavior trees mostly because of its visual plugin, but I still want to get back to it at some point. I think next time though, when I get back into state machines, I actually need to write some maybe data flow diagrams and some visual presentation of how it looks, because as I was adding these states, things just got really confusing. So after a big refactor, I think I'm ready to tackle the fish AI. But before that, not only the YouTube algorithm gods are calling upon me, I have reached 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so very much for that. It's a huge milestone, and a long while ago I thought that I didn't have it in me to create YouTube content anymore. But with your kindness and support, I was able to pursue this project and believe in myself. So thank you so much for being here and for being with me. I hope that I can continue to make this project to inspire, entertain, and connect with as many of you as possible. The game dev community really is one of the best communities in the world. I truly believe that, with so many kind-hearted people. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart, and here's a special subscriber gift from me to you. A 2 legendary yet unnecessary thumbs up. Wow, such awesomeness. The generosity knows no bounds. And since I have reached 1K, I will be feeding my dog for the very first time in my life. Wow. Look at him, he's so happy. Labuta. Okay. Okay. Good job. All right. Good job. Oh, good job. Like I said, this is the type of wholesome stuff you can expect from this channel. If you want your own personal double thumbs ups, or for Megumi to have another meal, consider subscribing. Anyways, let's get back into the devlog. So on Monday, I started working on the patrolling state. I'm thinking that I want every fish to have a predetermined space in the world that they can patrol and never get too far away from. This was pretty easy, as I just set up 4 points which determines the bounds in which the fish should be in, randomize them, and that would result a target location in which they have to go to. I also made sure that the fish would face the target direction when trying to get there, as well as smoothing the movement. Behavior trees has this really handy tasks of waiting per seconds task, and I can just randomize the waiting time with just a click of a button. I put it right after the patrolling task, and now you can see that it goes from one spot and then waits a little bit and then goes to another different spot. Very cool. On Tuesday, I started working on a new behavior task. These fishes also need to run away from player's boat, and so I started working on the player detection task. It's a simple conditional task which waits for the condition to trigger, in this case the player that's in range. And so I simply used the circle raycast, set up a layer mask for the player, and boom bap.
Boom bop, bada bop, boom pow.
There you have it. Now it detects when the player is in range. For the running away part, I decided to make a separate task so that way I can reuse it in the future. The fish should also run away from, let's say, when you throw your hook and the fish sees it and is trying to basically catch the hook and you lift it up too soon. Also during that time, I think the fish should run away. I also took Megumi to the vets this week again. One of his teeth gums grew out and it turns out that it was some kind of infection, and so the doctors had to do a small surgery on him. It all went well, which is great. He's just a little bit high right now, but I'm just glad that I did it sooner than later since it could turn into a bigger infection. He's been giving me judgy eyes and oh well, it can't be helped. But that's all I did for Tuesday. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Today I worked on adding the booping mechanic. Boop mechanic? Well, I think you guys know what I mean. I wanted the fish to touch the hook, and this is trying to make the players to mistakenly lift up their hook before catching. This mechanic is commonly seen in Animal Crossing, and here I have a value of X, which is the amount of boops which I can randomize in a smart way using scriptable objects from our previous devlog. Because I want each fish to be of different sizes, I have classified them in small, large, and extra large, where each of them fits within a range of weight and a number of boops you would have. Very cool. With these boops, I need to make them first be aware of the hook, but not act like the circle raycast, since if the hook could be behind them, it wouldn't really work. And so instead, I used a line raycast. Well, a few line raycasts. With a nice angle split between the range, this way it is only seen as a range in front of them. But that's all I managed to do on Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow. On Thursday, I continued working on the boop mechanic. I decided to stream, which was very nice. I got some help from you guys, and it was also a lot of fun. Now that the fish can detect the hook, we need the fish to approach the hook as well as moving away from the hook, and then try again. And this needs to be done several times depending on the number of boops left from the randomization. Gosh, it was so confusing working on this, but thankfully I did manage to make it work in the end. I also added a little bit of small shake screen when the small boop was happening, and on a big screen shake when it catches. I do think it's still not visible enough, so I think we will need to add some sort of visual cue, like an exclamation mark or something. Also, take into account that there would be an audio cue as well, like a sound effect, but honestly, I'm just really glad that it works right now. The fish can get caught, but I haven't created a sequence for that yet. I feel like that's a whole thing on its own, since I really want to create a celebration effect when you catch something. Tin is already working on a few visual examples, and I can't wait to add them and see how it looks. But now let's get into the design space. I have another problem to solve, you see. I'm having mixed feelings about the minigame in the night phase. Since we are catching fishes, what are we selling to these dream villagers? Are we just straight up selling fishes, or are we turning them into something? I got a few ideas in mind, but I feel like they don't make a lot of sense, and I really need your opinion on this. In my eyes, these fishes are dream fishes, which when you catch them, they turn into candies or essence of emotions. And when you get home back into your outpost and you start opening your soda shop, you basically mix your fuzzy drink with these candies, and that's how you turn them into sodas. And with those sodas, well, that's how you sell your sodas to the dream customers or villagers. It sounds really silly, but I like it. I do feel like maybe I'm just crazy and maybe not everyone understands it. What do you think? Does it make sense to you? I've been researching on ways to turn this idea into interesting mechanics. I want to have the quick time pouring minigame, but I feel like there's not enough meaningful choice in there. The mechanics needs to be fun and somewhat engaging without too much punishment or difficulty. I'm really happy with how much work I got done this week. I'm now starting to look into creating a simple but robust inventory system for catching the fish, as well as other possible items that the player can catch. Me and Tim were going through the fishing animation, the good catching animation, and so it's all super exciting. Now, it is no longer snowing here anymore, which is great. The weather is getting slowly warmer and warmer. With the special 1K subscriber, I'm thinking of maybe doing something special. Maybe a game jam where we make a small game for 2 days. I've done this before with my community with Flappy Bird and it went super well. And maybe we can do another hyper casual game to clone, like Doodle Jump or something. I don't know, something super easy to get people into making a small game. And of course with that would also be doing a small raffle with some small games as gifts. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in. But that is all I got so far. Thank you all again for watching. I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful day. And you already know what time it is. It is some Pokemon pack openings. And this time we got some Surging Sparks, which is really cool. All right, 3 packs. Let's go. Go. All right. Ooh, deluxe bomb. Nice. All right. Last pack magic. Oof, gouging fire. Well, we got a hit. It is the deluxe bomb. Pretty cool. Very nice. Thanks for watching.